Hello and welcome back to
the Zak
and Buzz
Review.
So what are we reviewing today?
I'm really pleased that we're doing another product review.
I know, it's been a while since we've been in this particular studio.
Exactly, so it's a product review and it's a product that I've purchased recently.
Yes.
Okay, I've been after this for a while.
So that means it's got to be tech related.
Tech related, it's either going to be tools or tech, and it's tech. So let's, without further ado, let's bring in...
Reveal.
This, it is,
Ooh, a big blue box.
The Reolink Go PT Ultra, okay? You might ask what on earth that is, but it comes with another box as well.
Ooh.
Okay, so here we go.
Intriguing. It's a mystery box.
There you go.
Two blue mystery boxes.
Two blue mystery boxes, which cost me £189.79p, if I remember, for these.
Wow, okay.
So I'm going to ask, what are they?
What are they?
Okay, what are they? Right, so I'm going to just put this one to the side for a moment.
Okay.
This is the main thing.
Part one.
Right, you know I like my trail cams.
Oh yes.
Okay,
We've
so
done
I have
several reviews in the past.
Yes, I have my trail cams, and they're great because you can strap them to a tree, and you know, you leave them for a week, and then you go back and check them and see what wildlife you got.
Which is great.
However, I'm kind of like basically I'm a park ranger stroke gamekeeper on some private land, and I want to keep an eye on the game that is on the land. Because actually in this instance, when I say a gamekeeper, I make sure nobody comes on the land to shoot anything. Okay, the landowner doesn't want any shooting on their land, and sometimes we have had trespassers. Okay,
which is very naughty.
So
Don't trespass.
This leaves me, or has left me, with a problem. So I have to keep going, making regular trips. And there's been a couple of incursions and things with youngsters on the land getting up to
causing trouble.
Yeah. So I needed a camera, which, and this is what we're talking about, a camera. That I could get a live stream from. Now, where this is, there is no electricity, no Wi-Fi, nothing.
So that is different to the security cameras we've got on the premises.
The security cameras that we've got are at our own home.
Yes.
Okay, they're all linked into the Wi-Fi, and of course they're powered by the power from the house.
Yeah.
But I needed a camera which was going to work independently, power itself, and also be connected to the 4G network.
Okay, so that's quite a big ask.
So using a SIM card. Now, I mentioned the trail cams because you can buy trail cams which do that. They will, you buy the trail cam, you put a SIM card in, and it sends you a buzz to your phone to tell you that it's taken a photograph or something, or taken some video. Something's in front of the camera. And I've looked into those, and I've just had no joy looking at that. They all seem to be priced around, funnily enough, about £200 or more for a trail cam that connects, and a lot of them seem, from my research, seem that when you buy them, you kind of have to use the SIM card supplied, and you have to sort of like sign up to a contract with them,
which you don't necessarily want to do.
I didn't want that. I actually wanted a camera where I could put a SIM card in there, but not be contracted to anything. So it's like a pay-as-you-go.
It's a subscription service, as most things are now.
Exactly. And I wanted to be able to put have an app on my camera, on my phone, should I say, which would allow me to see anything that goes on with the camera. Obviously, an alert just came through there, which was actually off of one of the household security cameras.
See, proof in the pudding. Live testing.
Exactly, that was somebody passing on our driveway. So anyway, so I needed a camera that's going to give me all these benefits. Right now, I got chatting to a friend of mine completely by chance, who is somebody who, in fact, he monitors hawk and falconry nests. So where you've got them nesting on buildings and things, and he has live cameras. And I said, well, what cameras do you use? Reolink, he said. Yeah, Reolink. So he's using this company's cameras, and he showed me the app, and it all looked really cool. And, and if the bird lands in the nest, or one of the chicks hatches or anything, he gets a notification. I think this is brilliant. This is just what I need. So I had a look on the Reolink website. They've got lots of different cameras, and I decided to go for the Go PT Ultra because this one is also a pan and tilt camera. So you get full up and down remotely from the app, and literally a whole.
So is this controllable from the app?
Exactly.
That is really cool.
So it's 3G network, okay, and you can control it. It's got a little on-screen, what would you call it, like on a games controller?
Joystick?
Joysticks, but it's just like on the screen. You move your finger each way, and you can turn the camera, so it goes like fully you know, and then up and down. It's brilliant. Whereas with a trail cam,
Yeah,
it's fixed. Okay?
No, nothing. You can't move it at all.
So anyway, so I had a look in there. I had a chat with Reolink, and they suggested this was going to be the best camera for me for what I needed. I also, because I wanted it not only to observe the wildlife on the land, but I also wanted a security deterrent. So I went for the security white camera. You can buy a camouflage one. So if you do want this set up in a camouflage green, you can do that. However, to power this up, you also need this, and this is the additional solar panel. Okay?
So, okay, did you have to buy that separately?
No, that was the thing. I bought this as a package. So I got the camera and the solar panel
For the price?
for £189.79p. Right?
Okay,
And
that's good.
the flexibility of this pan and tilt, which is not there on the trail cam.
Exactly, yeah.
Brilliant. So I was really, really chuffed to get this set up. But first, I think we should see what's in the box.
Yes.
See what comes with
I'm raring to go on that.
it. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, let's unbox the Reolink Go TP Ultra security camera. Okay, we've got obviously the camera, and we've got the solar panel that goes with it. You don't have to have the solar panel, but we'll look at that in a bit. But let's just unbox and open up the actual camera itself. Let's spin this around. There we go. It says, "Do not accept if seal is broken." I've already broken the seal. Right, so what have we got in here? It's a really nicely presented box, you know, with straight away. Need help with the product? We're here for you. So in here we have a little packet, and in that it's just tells you about the other security equipment that Reolink sell. Let's put that on one side. Then we have, let's take this out. Again, nicely packaged. What's in here? And this is the warranty, operating instructions, warranty. We've got a 24-hour video surveillance sticker to put in your window if you're using it at home, and a mounting, so ceiling and wall little template there for if you're mounting the brackets. So that's all in that packet. Instructions. Let's have a quick look at those. I'll put that on one side. So it's probably in lots of different languages. It's got, there we go. So for the app, you can download the app straight away from Google Play or the App Store for Apple, and then it goes through all the instructions, which I have actually been through. Okay. Next, we have the antenna, which is packaged in a nice little protective piece of foam. So we've got the antenna. Let's pop that down on one side. There we go. And then we've got the meat and potatoes of it, which is the camera itself. So we have in here a mounting bracket, and this is the bracket that you're going to fix to your wall to mount the camera on. That has got a little waterproof seal in the top there with an Allen key bolt, and it comes with an Allen key, so you can secure the camera. USB-C charger cable, so we can charge the camera up. We've got the mounting screws and raw plugs. What else we got in here? Now this is interesting. We also have a mounting strap. So like if you're familiar with having trail cams where you strap them to trees and things, that means that you can actually get this camera, put the adaptation onto the camera itself, and then put the strap through the back of here. So it's got this little slot so you can put it through, and then you can strap this to a tree, and that makes this camera very versatile. Right, let's see if we can get this camera out of the box, and then we'll discard the box. Is that everything? That's everything. Right, let's get rid of the box, put that to one side, and here we have the camera, which has got a protective piece of film over the lens. There we go. So we have the camera, and this is pans and swivels. So this camera basically goes in 360. You can turn this all the way around and look vertically up and down. And let's have a look at what we got here. So there's the mounting part with a bracket. You got a little stalk there that goes in the back, and then you'd screw the bracket to the top to get your camera mounted. That easy. It's literally 2 screws on the bracket, Allen key to get it fixed on. We have the antenna port, so we can screw the antenna in there. That's going to screw in. Then when we've got that, you can turn the antenna, stick that up vertically, there you go, to get your signal. Now, on the back we have the on-off switch, so there's an on-off switch under a waterproof little rubber seal there, and then here we have the charging point. Okay, when I looked at what these before, you've got a tiny little light in there. It's in the instruction manual, and that comes on orange when you plug it in. Initially I was looking at the light itself, thought one of the front lights had come on, but the actual light is just down by that plug, and then it turns green when it's fully charged. Also, using the app, you can keep an eye on the how charged the camera is. So for example, if you're not using the solar panel with it, then obviously you're going to have to return to the camera at different points and charge it up. Here you have a speaker underneath, which is for voice and for the alarm, which is what I was interested in, to be able to, on the app, set off an alarm if anybody intrudes. And then if I just swivel the camera down, just in here we have another waterproof seal on the camera. If I just carefully open that up, in there, I don't know if you can see this at all, but you've got a 32GB micro SD card slot. It comes supplied with a 32GB, and I believe you can go up to 128GB on that, and that's set to record all the way around. So when the card gets full, it'll start recording again. But through the app, if you've got any intrusions or anything you want to download, you can download the videos, you can take photographs, which automatically go straight to your device, your phone, tablet, whatever you're using. You can use this, I believe, on a laptop as well. I'm using it using a mobile phone. Then you have your little SIM card slot there as well, which we will talk about further in a bit. But there we go. So that's what's in the box for the camera. I'm just going to swivel that out of the way so I can put it down. So camera and the very straightforward mounting gear and charger cable. Okay, let's take a look at the solar panel. So let's pop the box open. Again, it's nicely presented with a, if you need any help, which is a great way to start immediately. If you need any help, give us a call. And open it up, and we've got another one of those little packages that's got the operating instructions in and a template for mounting the bracket, which is always handy. Protective foam layer for the solar panel. Here we have the solar panel itself. Now the solar panel in this case is black. You can get matching ones to go with the camera. I just bought a package which was a good deal on the website. Reolink seem to have lots of different deals, and I'm putting this up out in the middle of nowhere, so I don't really care that it's not two matching units. Then we have the bracket. We'll just pop that out for the moment, and we have the cable. Now this is great. You've got an absolute shed load of cable here, so that if you're putting your camera in a position which isn't ideal for the sunlight for the solar panel, you've got loads of cable there to be able to reach the solar panel to an ideal spot for charging up the camera. So that's really good. Let's pop that down here for a second. Okay, see what else we got in here. We've got some other bits for the mount. Let's get that out of the way. Pop that over there. Right, so what do we have? We have our mounting bracket, which is straightforward enough. It's 3 screws to mount that, and we've got a gimbal on the end, slacken that off, and then this is going to be able to mount the solar panel to make it in its prime place for the sun. And you want to mount it at an angle so the rain washes off any dust and debris, so you don't have to clean it particularly that often. We have fixing screws, little rubberized plate to go in the back. We have an extra bracket, and there's screws in here. So what you do with this is you mount that in there, and that allows you to put the strap through, and then you can mount this just like with the camera. You can mount this to a tree or a post, so it makes it completely portable. You can put this camera rig anywhere you want. And then we have USB-C to micro USB connector. I don't know, maybe that's for an earlier model camera or something, just in case some of the early models had that. And there we go, and there we have the solar panel. Let's turn it around so you can see it the right way. Ta-da! Which basically leaves us just one task, and that is, let's go set this up. So that's what comes in the box, and the great thing with this is that it comes with those mounts and a strap, so you can literally mount this just like any trail cam. Yeah, where I've mounted it, okay,
That is really
I've
cool.
got it screwed to a barn, permanently fixed there with the solar panel. But if I wanted to move it around, I can unscrew that, use the additional mount, and literally strap it to a tree.
If you want
Move it anywhere I want.
Yeah, so it's not like it's fixed, that's it, there you go. It's a case that you can move it
So
if required.
personally, I'm finding this far more flexible and at a better price than most trail cams, and the fact that it pan and tilts. So I think we should take a look at some footage.
Yes.
Shall we do that?
Again, I'm very excited
so
to
let's
see
take a look
this.
at some footage after the installation. Couldn't really take any footage of me installing it because I was on my own at the time, up a ladder, so
Your camera skills are good, but
I didn't want to be like trying to screw it into place while I'm trying to film myself, you know. So let's just cut to some video and we'll see where I've set it up and some video of what it looks like when it's in action. Now I've installed the camera and the solar panel on an outbuilding, so it is now completely independent, working off its own battery pack, which has been topped up by the solar panel, and it's connected to the 4G network, and I should get alarm notifications through on my phone. Now I am actually zooming in from quite a way away from this because I don't want to trigger it. I'm going to try and walk a little closer, so excuse me for the bouncy photo. Let's see if I trigger the alarm. Yeah, so the alarm's going off on the camera and I should get an alert on my phone, which you'll hear shortly.
Warning, intruder alert.
Okay, so that would make me go straight to the live feed. See who's on there. It's recording anyway. I can take photographs, etc, etc. I'm going to move away from it now. There we go. So, it's picked me up again. Off goes the alarm. And I'll get an intruder alert any second.
Warning, intruder alert.
There you go. So it's all up and running and working perfectly. Right, so what do you think of that, Zach?
that was really cool.
That was really cool.
I really like the fact that when something was moving on the screen, it put like a blue tracking box around it. That was really cool.
Yeah, and the app that's on it is really flexible. I mean, I've only just scratched the surface, I think, but what I've done is I've set the sensitivity up to because it was keep getting false alarms quite a bit off of foliage that was flapping around.
Well, like I know you mentioned a spider a couple of days ago.
Yeah, there's a very friendly spider that has decided to, at night time, come across the camera. It doesn't bother me really. Come across the camera.
Can you shake it off?
I have done that. That's the other thing, you see, because it was there, and I panned the
that's
camera,
brilliant.
and it ran away. And then I brought the camera back in again.
Invasion of the giant spiders.
And I've had bats coming out in the middle of the night. Well, I'll say in the middle of the night after.
Yeah.
What I've seen is with they've done the dawn swarming, as they've come back in the morning, and the camera's picking them up because I've got it. Well, you saw from the video, I've got it set up just off the peak of a barn, and there's a hole in the top of the barn, and the bats
So
going in.
undoubtedly, yeah.
It's not interfering with the bats' roost or anything like that, but it's been quite fun to see the bats
Quite so close.
quite so close. I mean, obviously this, I don't know what frame rate it is, but the clarity of the picture is fantastic. But the, you know, bats move fast, so they look like silvery ghosts. But but you do see their wing shape and everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was the video, and the app itself. As I say, I played with it a bit. There's also a little switch saying if you get false alarms, turn that switch on, and that will reduce it down. It's got a slider from 100% downwards. I think for me, I've got it set around 90% sensitivity, which is now I'm not really getting the false alarms I was getting before.
That's good.
From when it's windy and the trees blowing around. As you quite rightly said, it does pick up and put a blue box and track things. So if I get, I've had deer on the camera and it's tracking the deer.
Exactly.
And it also has little symbols that come up at the side, so it puts like a little animal footprint up. Yeah, it kind of recognises that must be an animal.
That is really cool.
Or if it's a human.
So it knows what it's looking at.
Yeah, or if it's a vehicle, because it has vehicle recognition on it as well. I'm not really so bothered with vehicle recognition because I don't expect any vehicles.
How can it have all these features for that price?
I know, which you wouldn't get with a trail cam. So it's got all these things, and then in it also allows you like a weekly schedule. So what I did is I turned off. Okay, so what I have is on the app on the phone, you can have a push message. Okay, so when I get a trigger, it suddenly comes onto my phone that it's been triggered, and then I can go straight to my phone, live feed, look at it. Or if I don't see anything there, I can then go to the playback and scroll straight through to the last alarm, touch that, and that will play.
So it kind of puts it into like clips as well.
Into clips.
Wow.
So, and you can change the length of the clip and things. I think I have mine at about 10 seconds or so.
All in the app.
All in the app, yeah.
That's
so,
really cool.
And the camera itself, okay, because I've already showed you in the unboxing that it has an SD card in there, so that records circularly. So it basically, once it's full, it starts recording over
Well, that's
itself again.
kind of like most security camera systems.
But any clips that you want to save, you can just download. If you want to look at, punch it up and record live, you can just push the record button and record live what you're seeing, and then it just saves it to your phone.
So
I'm gonna, let me carry on because
Okay.
it gets better than that. So I turned off the push messaging between midnight and 6 o'clock in the morning, just so I don't get disturbed. But it will still record any triggers.
functionality of this.
The reason
is so commendable.
reason I did that is because I've had no trespassers on the property during that time. It's generally, if I've got trespassers on the property, it's been at a weekend and it's usually evening times, so kind of pretty safe that I'm not going to get miss anything.
So obviously we did other security camera things, and we had like alarms that could be triggered on those.
Oh
and
yes, and so is this.
does this have an alarm that actually like sounds
So on this,
on the camera?
you can. I haven't used the talk function on it. You can talk through it, and obviously somebody can talk to you back.
Yeah.
Not interested in that for what I'm using it for, but if you got this set up at your front door or something.
For maybe a further video, that would be really good to explore.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
Especially with a comparison with the other cameras we've done.
I believe you can record a set recording, sort of like if you wanted to say, what are you doing on my property, blah, 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 blah. You can set that and then it will play that. But yes, it has an automatic alarm you can set so that if somebody triggers it, it will start going wow, 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 wow at them. And it also has a security light which you can turn on and off. Now, because I've got it for looking at the wildlife, I don't want to disturb the wildlife. So I turn the alarm off and I've turned the light off. So the light, when you're watching in IR, so the infrared, it's night time. If you had an intruder, not only would the alarm go off, but it also puts the full beam light on, so it lights everything up, it lights the whole area, which I don't want to disturb the animal. So
I think all this thing is actually missing is the sentry gun.
Yeah, but what I will say is it has got an alarm button on it. So for example, if I got an intruder alert, and then I looked and there was somebody there, I can literally just hit the alarm button and that will set it off straight away.
Excellent.
And I can watch them, see what their reactions
That
are.
is really cool.
And I can be straight in the car and straight to the property where I need to be within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I live really close to the place, so yeah, that's great. I did have one question from somebody about, what about, people, having the camera set up where public are. Well, this is on private land. I think there are laws and things saying that if you've got a security camera at your house, it must only encompass your property.
Or unless you've got the neighbour's permission.
Yeah, neighbour's permission. But obviously this is on private land, so there you go. So you have got the full camouflage set, which, you might want to flash up a photograph of it or something, I don't know. But the thing is, if you want the camouflage set, you can get it. I wanted it to be seen. And also, as I showed you in the unboxing, the camera is white and the solar panel is black. They don't match up. I don't care because that was the special deal I got at that price. If I wanted it to be both white matching, I think that I would have paid a little bit more.
I mean, to be honest, it's not for aesthetics. It's purely for functionality with this kind of equipment. We want it as a deterrent.
Exactly.
For intruders.
Exactly.
If it's camouflaged in this situation, then it's less likely to be seen.
Yeah, but if you're using it purely for, say, nature watching, you might want to camouflage. But to be honest with you, I don't think the animals are really paying much attention to the fact that it's white. It's probably more to do with if you've got it set up somewhere where you might get triggers from humans going past, that you might feel that you want to disguise the camera and have the camouflage one so nobody sees it, so it doesn't get pinched.
There is that. Yes.
Okay, I don't know, because obviously we're in the studio. Don't know if I'm going to get a signal on it. Yes, right. Okay. So there we go. So as far as the camera is concerned, I've got a live stream from the camera. I'm trying to get the glare off the phone, so I've got a live stream right there. I can hear all the birdies twittering and everything.
Wow, that's commendable, that audio quality.
But the other thing, I don't know if you can see this, but pinch, I can just zoom in.
Pinch and zoom.
Pinch and zoom, so I can zoom right into this and look all around and move it around, pinch it back. There you go, and it's fall back.
Excellent.
So we got a lot of functionality on the app itself. However, there is one thing I need to discuss on this camera.
This is kind of a big one, isn't it?
This is the big part. And this was one of the things right from the beginning that was kind of like nail biting for me.
Especially when it comes to tech, it's these kind of questions that are like the make or break of you actually getting something.
Yeah. Now, Reolink were very good at giving me the technical information on the cameras. And they were good when I asked them about, okay, so I need a SIM card for this. That's good. And they sent me a list of UK-based telephone companies which SIM cards work in this, which are, I think, sort of like Vodafone, EE, O2,
etc.
So that was all pretty cool. I also asked the chap, my mate Liam, who recommended the camera, what he used, and he used a couple. He actually uses one that wasn't on their list, so I wasn't keen on trying one that
wasn't recommended.
So I thought I'd plump for my contracts are with Vodafone. Now, it did stipulate on the Reolink information, it said the Vodafone SIM card, it must be a pay-as-you-go, not contract. Okay, don't know quite why, but whatever. So anyway, I thought no problem, I'll ring up Vodafone and I'll get a pay-as-you-go SIM card off them. Yeah, they don't do one. That's what I was told. They don't do one. Okay, they could do me a contract one where I pay every month. I said, well, no, you see, I don't want to take the chance, because at the point I want to be in total control of this. The thing is, what I didn't want to do is to sign up for a year contract on a SIM card and then find that the product didn't do what I wanted it to do.
Exactly.
And then if I suddenly got in the position where I needed to return this and say, actually, your camera doesn't work for me, I'm stuck in a 12-month contract.
Yeah,
so hence,
you didn't want.
I didn't want. Hence why I just wanted a pay-as-you-go, 30-day SIM card, easy to go. So if I had issues with it,
no strings attached.
From day one, I'd probably have lost a tenner on a SIM card. Anyway, so what I did is I went into an EE shop after Vodafone really didn't seem to be able to help me at all. The other thing is they were saying about, from the company, Reolink, said data only. You want a data only SIM card. And again, Vodafone, we don't do any data only SIM cards. So I went into my local town and I went to an EE shop and I said, hello, EE shop.
Yeah.
Do you do such a thing as a data-only SIM card? No, we don't. Right. But they said, don't worry about that, because actually you only want the data. So if you put a SIM card in here for a phone, a pay-as-you-go phone, obviously you don't need the amount of allocation for phone calls you get or the texts you get. It really is just going to work off the data. So don't worry about that.
Okay.
So I thought that's good advice. Brilliant. Can I have one, please? We don't do them in the shop. Okay, all we do is we can do your contract. If you want to pay as you go, you need to go to any sort of store like Morrison's or Tesco's or Sainsbury's, and you get those little packets near the till where you take it off.
Yeah.
Anyway, I came home.
Your adventure continues.
I came home and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to look on Amazon. I looked on Amazon. It said, there, EE, pay as you go, 8 gigabytes. job done. Because again, this is the thing, you don't know how many gigabytes you're going to chew through during the month, you see. So I thought, right, I'll go for 8 gigabytes. I'd asked my mate, and he said, well, it depends really on what you're using it for. Sometimes I can use 2 gigabytes, sometimes I go for 15 gigabyte cards, you see.
Okay, so it's kind of like a happy medium.
So I thought, okay, well, I'll go for this one that was saying 8 gigabytes, prepaid £10 from Amazon. Brilliant. Camera arrived, so did the SIM card. Okay, right.
Here we go.
Open up the SIM card.
Yep.
How do I activate the SIM card? Simple. Put the SIM card into your device and make a text or phone call, a payable text or phone call, and that will activate it.
I'm seeing a bit of a conundrum here.
Okay, it's not a telephone. Okay, this isn't a telephone. So how do I make a telephone call or a text?
Yeah.
I know. I've got old phones, so I'll just get one of my old phones out, charge it up, slap the SIM card in there, do that. Wouldn't work. Why wouldn't it work? Aha, because all my old phones are all locked to Vodafone. So, anyway, so I contact EE.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, I've got this SIM card and I can't unlock it. Can you unlock it your end for me? Because I want it for a security camera. We can't do that for you. You have to do it your end. You have to put it into a... Can you just get somebody else in your household that's got an unlocked phone? Guess what? All our phones are on Vodafone. We do not have a phone that is unlocked on that can work on any network. So, of course, at this stage, if you have, then you're pretty much sorted. I didn't.
Yeah.
What do I do?
At this point, actually, I would imagine a lot of people would say, enough's enough, I give up.
I give up. Well,
but we're not like that.
I'm not like that. I'm not like that. So I said, right, okay, so what do I do? Well, you'll have to go back into the EE shop and get them to put the SIM card in a phone and get them to activate it for you. Yeah. Okay, so I dropped everything, straight off to the EE shop. Hello, my friend. He recognised me, bandana, beard, you know. And I said, brilliant. I've got this SIM card like you advised. Right, it's fine. It's I pay as you go. I can put £10 on it every month at my leisure. I can top it up with more money if I want to. But I need to activate it. Fine. So he just pulled his phone out, took his SIM card out, stuck it in, phoned his mate who's also in the shop, activated it. There you go. Gave it back to me. It's activated. Hey! Brilliant. So I came back, slapped it in the camera.
Yeah.
Connected the camera to the app, which is straightforward enough. It's literally just scanning the QR code that's on the base of the camera. And it worked.
Hey!
It works.
Excellent.
Brilliant, brilliant. And that was fantastic. Until the following day.
Uh-oh.
And then I thought, okay, so it's all working. And it's going to work for 30 days. But then I'm going to need to top it up. But I also want to see how many gigabytes I'm using. Not a problem, because you can go onto EE. I'm a new to EE, so I can log in, make myself a new profile on EE. And then it says add device. Okay, not a problem. I've got the phone number is on the little leaflet that came with the SIM card. So I put that in, and they said, we're going to send you an OTP code to your phone, which you need to put in to put this on your profile.
It's not a phone.
It's not a phone, it's a camera. And the camera is now screwed to a barn several miles away.
And it's not like you want to go there to then take the card out to then take it back to the EE shop.
No, because that's why basically initially I thought what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to go back, climb up a ladder, get the card out, go to the EE shop, say, right, can you please put this in your phone, get me an OTP so that I can now add it to my profile on EE so I can see exactly how many gigabytes I'm using and allow me to top it up at my leisure.
Yeah.
What a palaver, I thought. What a palaver. Is there any easier way of doing this? Guess what? Right, I went on good old Amazon again.
Yay!
I know people complain about Amazon, but for me, Amazon
is
always
a
saves the
star.
day. So I went on Amazon and I bought this.
And what's that?
This is a telephone, if I get it the right way up. It is a telephone advertised. Okay, so this is a Oak Castle F100, and they advertise this as a what is it? When you go festival phone. Okay, because it's cheap and cheerful, and if you lose it, it doesn't matter.
May I ask how much it was?
That's exactly where I was going. It cost me the grand total of £14.95p.
Okay.
And I thought, do you know, if I have
Phone-wise, yeah.
if I have to go
That's
all the way
pretty
to the camera, climb up a ladder, get the card out, climb down again, go to the e-shop, do that, go back, reinstall the thing, I thought it's going to cost me more than 15 quid to do that.
Yeah.
So I bought the unlocked any network camera for $14.95. And I put the card in it, and guess what? It sent me an OTP, and I filled that in online, and so that meant that the device was registered to my profile, and I could see the gigabytes I'm using,
Yep.
and I can top it up anytime I want.
Excellent.
So, if you have this situation that you don't have a phone to activate the SIM card, that might be an option. Just buy yourself an unlocked festival phone for 15 quid.
And again, if we're adding that into the total of the camera and obviously
I mean, for 15,
the whole thing,
I'm amazed
just
you can buy.
over 200 quid.
Yeah, I'm amazed you can actually buy a phone for under £15. You know, that you had a look at and said, "Dad, it's got games on it." I don't know. It's just a
So
simple,
doodle jump.
it's just a simple, basic phone, but it
Yeah.
did the job, got me out of that issue, and now the camera's running beautifully. Okay, camera's running beautifully. I can access the SIM card data on EE. I can monitor what I'm using,
Yeah.
and I can top it up whenever I fancy.
Excellent.
So
You've
there
got
you
a
go.
complete functional system in place, monitoring the premises 24/7.
Yeah, and I can say I have been in contact with Reolink, and all the contacts I had asking them questions, they have been brilliant. The kit itself seems to be very, very well made. I am very impressed with
Very
this.
chuffed.
I thought I was delving into an area where
You're a novice. You're a novice in
when
in
it
this
comes to
area.
when to having a camera which runs off the 4G network, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I
It-
didn't want it to cost me a load of money and not
Yeah.
work,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
but it works perfectly.
Excellent. Yeah.
Works perfectly.
And we figured it out.
We figured it out, and so hopefully that big old story I just gave you guys, if you had a similar issue
Yes.
of how do you get a SIM card in it to work, that might be your answer if you don't have a phone.
And of course, if you do get this and you do have any problems with it, please get in contact. We'll happily go through it with you,
yeah.
and especially in the comments, or if you'd like a follow-up video going into more detail, explaining the
Yeah.
process of how we did it all.
Exactly.
We would happily do that for
If
you.
you've got any questions, please put them in the comments and we'll go. But as far as I'm concerned, especially for what I need it for, I mean, for home security, it's a no-brainer. I mean, yes. In fact, on Reolink, I'm sure you wouldn't even probably need to go for the 4G network one. You'd go for one of their cameras that just runs off Wi-Fi. But if it's the 4G network, completely independent camera with solar panel that you can literally put anywhere. Bob's
Boom.
your uncle. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 on this one.
Well, I've got to agree with you
I mean,
on
so
that.
it works brilliantly. The app works brilliantly. The functionality is brilliant. It worked straight off. I've had no issues with it working.
Yeah,
If you call it a problem, the snagging was with the
the setting up.
setting up of the SIM card, but nothing to do with the camera. Nothing to do with the camera. That was literally just to do with getting it all
working.
and it's great. So what can I say? 10 out of 10. Love it.
If you enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe to this channel and comment below any suggestions of further reviews
You'd
you'd like to see.
See you next one, guys.